Here you see some really big sections of stump that we have in our yard. It's taken up pretty much the whole back end corner of our yard. And my husband has a big pile of wood there, and there's a big pile of wood there, and they're just all over the place. There was a huge Bodock tree that fell in our yard, and the neighbors didn't have time or money to do anything about it. And to keep it from falling on people, we have been cutting it down, and it took about 3 years to get it all down. This was one humongous tree. But they didn't care. They just said do whatever, and so we've kept the wood and piled it up. They didn't want any part of it. And I guess maybe someday we'll need all this wood. We think we're going to do some things with the stumps. I have looked into it. Some people carve, but now Bodock is very, very, very hard wood. And if it cures out and gets old, it will be too hard to cut. So as soon as you can, while it's still kind of green, you have to chop it. Like that mountain of wood over there that my husband has worked on. With these stumps here, we want to try to cut them down into places to sit around a fire pit. And we're just doing one out of cinder blocks, and have a fire pit that people can just sit and enjoy the evening, and with some stumps. And you can also hollow out the stumps and make planters out of them. I'll plant in just about anything I can find. It's really just too hard of wood for carving. We've used as slices. He's cut slices in the smaller stumps, and I've used those as stepping stones. I've used them for garden edging, just about anything I can think of. Let me see if I can find and show you. I've got a little bit of drainage this morning. Here's another piece of the stump, and it's pretty big. We just put it as a accent piece in the garden. I think it's good naturalizing to use stumps in the garden, especially if you don't know what else to do with them. This is a pretty big one, and it's just sitting there. We may smooth off one of the stump tops just to put like a big basket or something on it. Here is part of the stump that's what's left of it. It was like 2 trees that grew together, and it got rotten. And also it got full of black ants. Now when this tree came down in our yard, it did spread those black ants all over the place, and it has killed my willows. I had 3 willows that I had grown, and it has killed 2 of them. And one of them may be on its way out because of these big black ants. And I guess I could have sprayed for that if I'd seen what was happening soon enough. I didn't know ants could take down a tree, but I guess they do. So if you've got a tree that's falling in your yard, it may just be providence. It may be that eventually you're going to need this wood. We don't have a fireplace or anything, but if things get tough, we have all this wood that we can maybe use for cooking. And we can use it for our fire pit. I just use what I have. That's what we do. We just try to make it work, whatever we have available. This is Sue Stinson, Okie Dokie Gardener Gal. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel and come back and see me again. Bye-bye.